Joey Rush. I am part of the hair band. You might have seen me earlier today up in the other classroom and on stage doing hair. And now we are going to be going over business building, social media marketing, basically how to run your business through your smartphone. Everybody has smartphones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so this class, business building, social media marketing, basically using today's technology, whether online, phone, iPad, all that, and that's kind of where today's world is. And this is what we're going to be going over today. First, your brand. Who are you? What are you about? Your collecting. How do you collect your clients? How do you collect their info? How are you being collected with your photos and storing everything? Also networking, online and offline, how to pound the pavement and get your card out there and where to go to look for these clients. Retention, once you've collected all these clients and got them, how do you keep them? So little tips and tricks on that. And then bookkeeping, how important it is to have all your paperwork and your clients' data and everything for tax season and all the business end of hairdressing. So first is branding. My branding, it's pink and black and silver and kind of that runs my world. I usually have pink hair a lot of the times. I have my pink scissor pouch. That's kind of me. And also with branding, you want a mission statement. What is your mission statement? Are you going to be more of a natural, organic care line? So you're not going to have a rock the world statement if you're going to try to go more natural. You want to be more earth friendly. So you definitely want to think of your mission statement and what you want to bring to the world. And that's going to be your promise to your clientele. And your theme, whether it be natural, whether it be kind of rock and roll, whether it be more education driven, client driven, if you're the ombre master, if that's your theme and that's all you do, you have gradient wall paint in your salon. You have to think about things like that. And consistency, keeping that going through all of your networks, from your appearance to your car if you have the stickers on your car, or everything needs to be kind of cohesive and consistent throughout your whole being. Next is networking. This networking is the in-person, pounding the pavement, old-fashioned, pass out your business cards. For every maybe 20 business cards you pass out on the street, you might get maybe 2 clients that come in. But by putting your places to find your work, your Facebook, your Instagram, you can say, here's my card, go on these links and see my work. They're going to be more inclined to come to you after seeing your work than just random person giving your card. And in here I have a list of all the fun places. So when you're going out dancing, when you're eating at restaurants, if you have kids, if you're going to the zoo, the park, you want to make sure you're dressed the way you want your clientele to look so you can recruit those clients. If you're straight from the gym with your frizzy, messy hair, you don't want to necessarily pass out your card that day. I've done it. I've been with the kids in a full sweat and spit up everywhere, and I'm like, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a hairdresser. You have cards in your pocket, you look the part. If you know you're running in your sweatpants, maybe don't bring your cards that day. So you always have to think about that. If you're starting to be a dive bar regular, you're going to get dive bar clientele. If you are a Target shopper, who's at Target? Moms and kind of couponers sometimes. So that's the clientele that you're going to get there. So you kind of want to go where the clients you want are. So your guest or your client, whichever you prefer to call them, are going to go tell their coworkers, their friends, and their family about you. So I might go a month before I talk to my sister, for 3 weeks. I see my coworkers every day, but am I going to get a chance to really network with them if I'm behind my little cubicle? So by getting online and posting from your chair, checking in at where you're at, they just told their whole network in 30 seconds. The average user has between 150 to 200 friends. That's just like normal. My mom, your mom has about that many. So they can tell them in 30 seconds rather than waiting that 3 weeks to that family function when their hair's already grown out. Okay, so it just really speeds up that whole word of mouth process. Next up, the hashtag. We all hashtag? We all saw that hashtag video?
That's right.
It is really crucial. If you don't know about the hashtag, think of it as your way to join the public conversation. So you can go on Facebook or Twitter or even Google a hashtag, and if you want to start talking about whatever that hashtag is, you can join that public conversation. You can talk to people in New York. You can talk to people in China about that topic. You see on TV shows all the time now, I think it's the So You Think You Can Dance. They'll hashtag whatever style dance they're doing at that time, so you can log in and say, ooh, they messed up, or ooh, they did this. So you can join that public conversation. Right now, in hair, you can hashtag balayage, hashtag long hair don't care, hashtag companies you use. The importance of hashtagging gets your work visible. So if you're using Aveda and Paul Mitchell and all these different brands, you want to tag them in it with their hashtag. But do not hashtag brands that you don't use. All the time, if I'm a Schwarzkopf educator, so I hashtag Schwarzkopf. But if I kind of cheat and use Pravana, I'm not going to tag Schwarzkopf in it, because people looking in that hashtag are going to assume that that's what you used, and they're going to go try to use that and get that result with the wrong product.
Totally had an experience like that, working with some friends and experimenting with audience building, using the hashtag to try and attract bigger audiences. Like, for example, on a post, just using Paul Mitchell, Aveda, Wella, Sebastian, Schwarzkopf, yada, yada, and just hashtagging everything so it will go everywhere you want. But then what started happening is people would add me and start commenting on my pictures. Oh, well, what did you use from Schwarzkopf? I love their red when it wasn't red. So then I had to get on and explain and justify that it wasn't, and then all of a sudden I got an unfollow.
Yes, you definitely want to be real and be honest about what you use in your hashtag. You don't want to hashtag an ombre when you just did the haircut. And if you're posting a color and a style you did, but you didn't do the cut, honor the person who did the cut. Colored by me, cut by so-and-so. You always want to give each other credit, shout each other out. Because a lot of times it is a team effort in the salon, and your client will go to 3 different chairs in the same day. It does happen. So you want to hashtag your name. Whatever you want your hashtag to be, search it first, make sure no one else is using it. Popular ones, like long hair don't care. The brands you used, stick to what you did use, and then keep it short and sweet. You don't want the amount of hashtags to be longer than what your caption is. When you see the whole sea of hashtags, or you see a hashtag in every other word, people are just going to not read it and skip right over it.
So true.
It happens all the time, and try to keep your following organic. When you see people with tens of thousands of followers and they only get 30 likes, they probably use one of those tags for likes or follow for follows, and they kind of paid for following. When you see somebody with 1,000 followers and they're getting 800 likes on their photos, that's an organic following. So you know all those followers are real and they want to follow that person. So you can kind of see who's genuine and who paid for their following that way. I recently had this picture posted in Modern Salon by using the hashtag Hairdresser Magic. Modern Salon put out there, say, hey, if you want us to feature your work, start using this hashtag, and you can get featured that way. A lot of times for certain holidays, 4th of July, they said red, white, and blue hue was the hashtag they wanted. So you can hashtag all your blue-haired pictures with that, and they'll share your work. So that's kind of how you can get posted. Free. Hashtagging is free. Most all social media sites are free. Some of them do have paid for premium features. LinkedIn is one of them. So if you are a salon looking for stylists, you have to pay for your job advertisements. If you're a job searcher, you do not have to pay. And I'll go in depth when we kind of get to the LinkedIn section. So now we're going to start going over the social media, starting with LinkedIn. Is anybody on LinkedIn and used it? So if you're not on there yet, you want to think of it as your working, running resume. You're going to list all the places you've worked, how long you've worked there, any references. People can go and vouch for your skills and say, hey, I worked with this person, and you get referrals that way. So it's really great if you want to work for one of the companies as a new stylist. If you want to get in with the JCPenney's or the Regis or one of the corporate salons and maybe move up that ladder if that's the adventure you want to go on. You can go on there to see what job listings are available. So it's just a really great tool when you're in your job search. MySpace, still there. Still there. Justin Timberlake just became one of the recent investors, and so it's geared more towards the music industry. So if you want to be one of those stylists that style for videos and photo shoots and on tour, this is kind of where you want to recruit those musicians. If you haven't seen your MySpace in years, maybe go on it and make sure your phone number's current, it's not old boyfriend's weird messages on there, so you might want to go and just clean it up and make sure it's still work appropriate. I know I went years without touching mine, and I went through it and I'm like, ooh, why is that profile picture up there? So just kind of go and make sure everything's current. You can still connect it to your Facebook and your Twitter, so everything is always connected and you don't have to post a million different places. Post once, it goes everywhere. Anybody on Pinterest? So Pinterest is where all your moms, your teachers, pretty much everybody's getting their inspiration from. They're posting recipes, they're posting hairstyles. I know so many of my clients come into my chair and be like, wait, I saved it on my board. I want that.
The
So-
most common consultation.
If you think of Pinterest as your virtual cork board, so your fridge magnet, anything that you would put on that cork board or your inspiration board, you can do on there. So it's a really great tool to encourage your clients to look for inspiration there, to show them inspiration. Also, the great thing about Pinterest is when I pin my work up, and then it gets repinned and repinned and repinned and repinned, down the line, it always comes back to me that I was the original poster. So 300 pins down the road, that person might click on it and say, ooh, I really like that balayage color melt thing. Ooh, she's down the street from me, I'm gonna go to her. So you never know where this person might find you from. And it might just be, hey, my sister's brother's cousin's mother posted this and I found out you're in my neighborhood. So it's a really great tool to get found as well. Google Plus, not as popular as it was supposed to be. You definitely want a Google Plus listing if you want your little salon station, however you want to show up on Google Maps. You do need the business listing for them. I know a lot of psychologists and doctors that need more patient privacy. It was really popular with that crowd because they had really great privacy settings that Facebook didn't get till after. Foursquare, people check in on Foursquare. So you can have people check in from your chair on Foursquare. It's really fun because they can become the mayor of your chair, the duchess of your chair. If you check in at your chair all the time, you'll be like the duchess of yourself. So it's just really fun. You can offer specials. I always say if you're going to offer a check-in special, nothing that's going to come out of your pocket. So maybe $10 off any service, $50 or more, because that's not going to be too much out of your pocket, and that $10 is probably going to go towards your tip. So if you're on commission or anything to where you do rely on your tips, that's kind of a way to increase your tip, because they're going to still be willing to spend the same amount with you. Yelp. Everybody's like, boo, Yelp.
Love Yelp.
Yay, Yelp. Don't pay for it. It's expensive, and they will call you weekly and try to get you to sell. You can get all the benefits from their free version. You don't want to say, hey, I'll do your hair for free if you write me a great review. Because if they start noticing that there's going to be multiple reviews from the same IP address or 5 different family members from the same household are writing reviews, they just started tagging people with, this place fishes for fake reviews. They're paying for reviews. So you definitely want to be organic in your Yelp by saying, thank you for coming in to me. Please, can you share your experience online? And we are on Yelp. Not, hey, can you write me a review? Can you write me a review? Because they are starting to do that with some of the larger companies that start paying for reviews. And there's also companies that pay to write bad reviews about their competitors. It happens. There is a filter, so some of your good reviews will be filtered, but sometimes they will come back. Sometimes they filter them to kind of check to see if it's valid, and then later on it will show up. I had a husband and wife couple both go home and write reviews about me back to back. Hers didn't get filtered, his did. A couple weeks later, his went right back on there. So if it does get filtered, don't worry, it'll come back.
You know, just to Yelp. Now that I'm back behind the chair again, I'm going on my 6th month inside the salon. I have now been seeing 4 new customers a week from Yelp alone. And some of these people are coming as far as from down south to little Central Valley, California. Population 100,000, small little farm community town. Not a lot of people review, but everybody uses it to find. And I love that because my reviews are more organic. And it's really a little trick that I've used since I'm inside of a salon. I take I took my salon business address, which they didn't have a Yelp set up yet. They're bad. and I put Chad Clark Hair at the salon's address. So now anytime they search, they don't find CA Look Salon, they find Chad Clark Hair.
Yes, that's a very great thing to do when you are building your fan page or anything like that, to use your name and the salon you're at, because I used to do that at my former salon. I would say Joey Rush at such and such salon, and when people Googled the salon, my name came up right along with it, so they knew which stylist to ask for. So it's great exposure. You can do the $10 off certain amount of service or more. You can say buy one, get one free product. You can up your retail that way. Anything you would want to do is great to do. You don't necessarily have to do their spend $100 and get $75 worth of services, and then Yelp gives you maybe 60% of that. They take a cut. You could. I've had people buy those before, and it's like, yay, someone bought it. I'm going to get some new clients. And then you're like, oh, but I didn't even get all the money for it. So that's very optional. YouTube is a great tool for you right now to get education. Tumblr, a blog. Does anybody blog? Write blogs, read blogs, anything like that. Tumblr is really fun. It has like a news feed. You can have it as your website. You can have an online store if you're selling product. You can book appointments from it. You definitely can treat it like your website if you can't necessarily afford it while you're starting out to build it from scratch, brand new website. This is a great kind of starter thing. And even if you have your own URL, you can redirect it. So it's really great to blog. You can go follow people on Tumblr and get other ideas and inspirations from there as well. Vine. Is everybody vining? I stopped vining once Instagram came out with their video. Same idea, quick little videos, time-lapse videos that loop. I started out doing where my client's in the chair and you walk around your client like this for the before, then you do their hair, then you walk around like this for the after. It's kind of like your baby steps first video. You can get more creative with it as you go. It's kind of fun. Instagram, the big one. I am joeyrush.com. Follow me. I will follow back. I love it. I have so many of my students that I've been following for a few years now. I love it when I see like the, yay, I graduated. Yay, I got my license. It's so much fun to see everybody's career develop. So I like following back. You will see some of my kids. This is the only place where I will let my personal life and business life kind of overlap. It's a great tool now that they have all their filters. So even if you're not posting on Instagram, you can use them for your filters. This was kind of before. Now the phones come with filters, so you don't have to do it as much. It's kind of the main place people hashtag along with Twitter. Everybody really big on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody's given up most things and they just Instagram. So if you're going to do one site, I'd say Instagram or Facebook. If you can only put your time into one, do it right. You don't need to spread your stuff out so thin. Next, Facebook. Is everybody on Facebook personally? Anybody have a business page? I know you do. So I am Hair by Joey Rush is my business page. You can like it. You can book appointments from it. I have that little tab. You can see my Instagram feed from it. It's kind of my little central hub. Post upcoming classes, upcoming shows, work, answer questions. It's really great to do. Having a fan page versus a personal page is a benefit because when you're on your personal page posting your Las Vegas shenanigans or at the bar in the weekend, if you have nice church-going clients that might be offended by that, they might stop coming to you because they see that. Or if you bombard people with your kids or you bombard people with baby pictures and selling this or anything like that, you can do that on your personal page and change your privacy settings and maybe not let clients be on that page. So your fan page, anybody can like. If there's somebody kind of trolling and writing that kind of stuff, you can block them, but anybody can like your fan page. So it's just your great place to just be professional. StyleSeat, anybody using StyleSeat? StyleSeat is an online booking software. There's a million of them out there. I chose to go with this one because they were the first ones I ever saw advertising in Shape magazine, advertising in Vogue, and they're out there marketing to the clientele. There's a million of them, Schedulicity, My Time, My Chair, there's a whole bunch of apps, but none of them are really trying to bring clients to them to find you. they've added a POS system, so you can ring up your clients right from their appointment. You can send your clients emails and text reminders automatically. You don't have to worry about it. I had a first-time client, men's haircut, and I put him in my style seat with his email, and at 4 weeks he got his, hey, it's about time to book your appointment again. And he calls me and he says, oh my God, I've been meaning to get a haircut. I've been due for 2 weeks and I got busy with work and I kept forgetting to call and then I got your email. So it actually improved my retention by reminding clients that, hey, you didn't pre-book last time you left, so it's about time again. If they ignore the one at 4 weeks, it'll send them again at 6 weeks. And after that, they're not going to email them anymore, so they don't get too much spam. You can also, with their paid version, send out monthly newsletters, seasonal specials, or hey, it's the holiday season, I'm booking up really fast. You might want to think about booking your holiday appointments now. I'm doing a hair show. These are the dates I'm not going to be in the salon, so please book accordingly. These are the type of newsletters you're going to want to send to your clients. So then, nothing fills up your book faster than a vacation. Tell your clients, hey, next month I'm not going to be here for these days. These days are going to be like, I need to get in. Let me schedule it. I swear, nothing fills your book up faster than going on vacation. Like, I'm going to be gone for a week. They're like, oh, who's going to do my blow dry? I better come in before you leave. It's like, I've never been busier than before a vacation. Cool to communicate with your clients as well. And also, if you email them that you took my class, they'll give you a month free of their paid version. There is a free version.
Right.
All the other companies don't have a free version. They'll give you a free trial, but you have to pay for it. They have different tiers, so you can get everything you need from them for free, and that's all you'll ever need. And then once you build your clientele and you need more, then we'll have more. There's a $25 version and a $35 version. Average starter haircut starts at $35, so if you get one new client from them, it kind of pays for itself. Another one I like to use, which I didn't get the logo from them yet, is My Time. My Time is really fun because you can put your appointments on sale. So let's say you're really jammed all week, but all of a sudden you notice your Wednesdays are getting slow. Or Wednesdays from 10 to noon. I don't usually have clients. You want to start filling up that time, you can just put that time slot on sale. Hey, if you want to come in Wednesdays at this time, it's going to be a little bit less. So all my deal-seeking clients, this is when you can book. So you're not going to have a discounted gift certificate client on your busy Saturday. You can have all your full price clients there. A lot of people don't like to discount their services, but when you're starting out, sometimes it's nice when you do have those deal-seeking clients to cater to them. So, I cannot do you any cheaper, but if you want to book when I'm not typically busy to help me fill up my schedule, this is when you can book, and I will do it for that little bit less for you. So retention, once you've gone out and passed out that card, once you've booked them once, how do you keep them? How do you keep them coming back? Building their trust, telling them, why are you here for a touch-up and a highlight when you only need the touch-up? Save your money. I would love to take your money, save your money, just get the touch-up today, get the highlights next time. They're going to start trusting you more and more. The minute you send a client away because their hair's too damaged, they're going to go, wow, she didn't just do it for the money. They're going to trust you more and want to come back to you more. Your loyalty. You can do those punch cards, every third haircut, $10 off, something like that. You can give them gifts and jazz hands away, but you definitely just want to build their loyalty. Thank you for your loyalty is probably the most important thing you can say. Anybody that's been coming to you for a while. I really appreciate you choosing me. I love having you in my chair. Just the more you can celebrate them, they're going to be loyal to you as well. Also experience. What are you giving them as an experience, not what is your experience? Are you giving them that extra massage at the shampoo bowl? Are you rubbing their shoulders during the consultation? What are you doing in your chair that the stylist next to you is not doing? I love it when I like to go and mystery shop at salons and be a client. I love it when you're colors processing and they'll give you an exfoliation treatment. Those little extra tidbits that are free, that don't really cost you much to provide, gives them the experience. They're like, I can go pay the same price down the street, but I don't get the nice hand scrub. I'm not getting the nice shoulder rub. So you want to make your visit with you an experience. I can't get this from anywhere else. And be consistent with it. If you're going to start offering shoulder rubs at your consultation and then months down the line you kind of give that up, they're going to be like, oh, I didn't get my shoulder rub. Where? Are you too busy for me now? So you definitely want to be consistent in bringing these things in and make sure you have the time for it. If you're going to start adding a 10-minute massage, make sure you mark it out in your book. Or make sure you make it up to them. Say, you know what, come just hang out here under the dryer with the free conditioning treatment and then I'll give you your shoulder rub after I apply this color. Don't gyp them on these services that you've been giving them in the past. Bookkeeping. I'm kind of keeping it short and sweet because I know the award ceremony is coming soon too. So with bookkeeping, I started off with research. What have you done in the past? You want to see how many clients are you getting this year versus last year in this month. Are you the same? Are you growing? Are you sinking? You definitely want to start keeping track of what you've done in the past. And then for the current year, you want to track and compare. All right, so this month I did 12 clients, but last month I only did 10 clients, so I'm moving up in the world. Ooh, August, school starting, everybody coming in, I'm going to be busy. Oh, and then the next month, oh, everybody's on vacation, I had less. So you definitely want to keep track so you can judge patterns. So you know whenever there's a holiday coming, you're going to be busier. Whenever school's out, people go on vacation, you might be slower. There's always those kind of peaks and valleys in our business. So you want to make sure you know when those are going to be so you know to save for them. And then also with that, then you can project. What do I think I'm going to do next year? I'm going to set my goals to, okay, so this year I had 10 new clients a month. So next year I'm going to do 12 new clients a month. Start small. You don't have to go big or go home. You can just make sure you set your goals down the line. So where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? You want to definitely set a goal and try to meet that goal. A lot of salons will give, for every referral, a free service, or salons will also say the most, or I think schools do that too. You had the most requests from clients this month, so you can get an award. I know a lot of schools do that nowadays. So set goals for yourself. You know, last month I got 4 new clients. Next month I'm going to go for 10. And get out there and market yourself and make it happen. So, kind of a quick review of what we went over, and then I'll open it up if anybody has any other questions. So branding, kind of who you are, what you're about, your theme, your colors, everything like that. Your networking, pounding the pavement, getting online, meshing the two worlds together. Also retention, what to do with them once you get them in your chair. Especially those ones off the street, that it's really hard to leave your hairstylist. It's really hard to try somebody new. So you definitely want to get them in. And then collecting their info, collecting your photos collectively. And then also bookkeeping. You definitely want to keep track of what you're making, how much you're making, how much you're not making. And when it comes to tax season, it's a killer. You definitely have to sit there and do your whole year's worth. You want to do it month by month, day by day, kind of be that little business person. Let them out sometimes. So again, come get social with me. I am Joey Rush. So on hashtag Hair by Joey Rush, I'll share my work. It's a recently started that hashtag, so there's not a whole lot on there. Facebook, I'm Hair by Joey Rush. Instagram, joeyrush.com, and Twitter, Hair by Joey.